Hi, we're here at Bochner Farms. Hello, thank you for hosting us.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Welcome to the farm. My name is Lori Bochner.
I'm Jim Bochner.
I own Bochner Farms. This is my husband, Jim.
Well, we'd love a walking tour here, so I'll follow you around.
All right, sounds good.
How long have you been here?
So we bought the land probably 2016-ish, and we only bought it just for camping and fishing and gator riding. When we originally bought the property, there was nothing here but old pasture.
Wow.
So there were no structures, no electricity, no running water, but we camped. There's a pond out back, so we have 50 acres, and we just ended up spending a lot of time out here and fell in love with it. And then our youngest son was about to graduate from high school. So we decided to build a house, and we've always had flower gardens around our house, and so we just started growing some flowers, and then people heard about it and wanted to buy them, and then we started selling flowers, and it's just kind of grown all by itself.
But everything you see has only been built in the last 6.5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
we moved out here at the very end of 2018, so 2019 was really
This
the
is
first.
nothing but 8-foot tall black raspberries when we bought it. So
How did you knock that back, Jim?
Lots of mowing.
yeah, a brush cutter and a John Deere tractor.
Mowing.
That's amazing. So in the 50 acres you are farming about, you said 2 to 3 acres, or?
We have about 2 or 3 here. That's
Yeah.
where most of the flowers are grown, and then we've got a couple
2.5 to
acres,
3
2.5, 3 out back, where we grow most of our daylilies.
Oh, okay.
But this is really the public area that most people see.
Okay, we'll talk about the daylilies when we sit down to do the interview. Yeah. So Jim, have you built all these structures, or has Lori built them, or together?
We have friends
Yeah.
that build them for us. We don't build.
I built most of the cottage garden.
We build the raised beds, but we don't build the structure.
Okay, well, here's the chicken house. It looks very charming.
Very
So we have
bougie.
4 chickens: Lily, Gary, Henny, and Dahlia wants to be a mama, so she's a little broody.
But they're
right
all
now.
girls. We have a Gary.
Yeah, Gary is the gray one. She's a girl, but her name is Gary.
Like with 2 R's.
Actually, we just spelled it regular Gary. They like to be a little weird sometimes, but they're good. They're fun.
Are they for eggs or just kind of to add ambiance to the farm?
Both.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, both.
Love it. And then,
It's really nice eggs.
Yeah, they give
oh,
us
I'm sure. I'm
all
sure.
the eggs we need.
They have a wonderful little sound.
Yeah, it took a long time to get used to them because they're so much richer than the store-bought ones. So
Yeah, you can definitely.
but I love
Yeah.
them now.
Wow. This is where people gather then when you do
This is where
events?
people gather, yes. This is where we host our farm to table dinners, and we do date night. We also open up the farm for private events, so people host under here. And by the afternoon, this patio is shaded, so it works really nice. We had one company, a corporate event, where they had a private dinner here, and they had a band, and they had a bar cart parked up on the lawn, so it was really, really cool. But it's a beautiful space. Once those birches get a little bit taller, too, I feel like you're going to be in a little forest.
Yeah, and you've got this beautiful border here.
Yes,
And
our
then-
son built this for us. Our son is a landscaper, and so he, when I was telling him that the pavilion had a beautiful shaded area here, and I wanted a patio, he's like, "Okay, Mom, we'll go ahead and do that." So he got the spray paint out and was saying, "I'll build you a retaining wall and
Marking twine.
marking twine." It took a whole year because he did it in his spare time.
Yeah. Well, he did a great
But,
job.
it pays to have a landscaper in the family.
Yes.
So.
And then for people who maybe aren't familiar with agriculture, they are seeing I'm assuming your neighbors' cornfields, or are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the views for the dinners and stuff are fantastic.
Yeah.
And we get great cloud shows, and sunsets are amazing out here.
It's so quiet.
I like that term, Jim, cloud shows, because I feel like we have it today.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
So tell me about the size of the structure and what is the capacity? How do you like to have it set up for your events, or how do paying customers use it, use it, or
Yeah.
people who rent it rather?
Yeah, so what is it, 35
by 50,
35 by
roughly?
50-ish is the dimensions. And we have kind of a little limit that we self-impose on our farm because we're not a huge operation. We're a little family farm,
Oh,
so
micro farm.
only 50 people is our maximum. So I'm not... we don't do weddings. We don't do more than 50 people. But yeah, so we have either one, depending on the size, we'll have 1 or 2 long rows of tables under there for the meals.
I bet when it's lit at night, it's so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share a few
We
photos
did
of
have one
that.
couple sneak in a 10-minute wedding ceremony underneath here. So
Yeah. We don't do weddings, but a lady emailed me and said, if we booked a private farm to table dinner and my brother
3 hours.
happened to marry us, would that be okay? And she's like, I don't require any setup extra, no
like 10
extra
minutes,
time.
they got married.
We just want to get married. So
It's a slippery slope,
I know
though.
it is.
Yes.
So I did agree to it, and it was
Yeah.
smooth as could be.
Oh my
They were so
gosh.
wonderful. They got married under here. We had
respectful,
mocktails
nice.
and charcuterie out here, and then they went into the barn for dinner. And
Oh my gosh. All right.
was perfect.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty special. And this is mind blowing. And I saw this on your website. And I obviously see that you post on Instagram a lot. This is
Yeah.
stunning. So Jim built the raised beds, and what was the, you call this the cutting garden
This is
or?
the cottage garden.
Oh, the cottage
people
garden.
don't typically cut in here. And I will say, I'm kind of embarrassed that you're videoing because she's due for her August haircut.
Okay.
Really
And there's
bad.
some weeds we've been missing.
You know what?
So
Everyone who's watching this is going to be like, they're real.
the
they're
cottage
real
garden
honest.
gets a haircut the 1st of August, which is coming up next week. So everything is super overgrown. We intentionally, it's a cottage garden. So
Right.
true cottage garden style. We're overplanting everything.
Yeah.
So
Really
it
aren't
is
any
packed.
herbs, though.
It's packed full. That's
Well,
true. That's
show
true.
us some of the highlights.
There are a few herbs, but we have
Okay.
22 raised beds.
Okay.
So it's a long rectangle shape. There are U shapes along here with the arbors. Center is the pergola, and then the same thing repeats on the other side.
All the way through there, I see
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes.
And this
So-
is this a hyacinth bean vine?
This is
Yes.
hyacinth bean. Yep, ruby moon
It's
is
famous.
the variety.
Do you just start it from seed? It's just
Yeah.
this weather, things just grow like mad here, don't they?
And it's going to get way bigger than that.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Okay.
get, we start them from seed, usually mid-April, and then plant them out early to mid-May. And then this gets overhead irrigation every morning. And then we also fertilize. And then on super dry days or sunny, I'll sometimes run the irrigation twice.
So overhead on like one of those, the tall.
Yeah, there's
Those little pop-ups
spigots that
alongside.
pop up, and
Oh,
then
wow.
it automatically
Oh,
goes.
well, maybe we'll just do a little
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
follow
this
you
is
on the,
probably dangerous.
Okay.
You can,
a little circuit.
People on Instagram definitely love the hyacinth beans.
Oh, I've tried growing it. It never gets this robust and vigorous.
It gets a lot of sun and a lot of water. It's probably the only thing I don't do. I mean, we do fish fertilizer a couple times,
Yeah.
but really not a lot of special
Started with
treatment for it.
Malargonate in the
Just
spring, and
lots of sun, lots of water. But this garden's probably 50% annual, 50% perennial.
And then when people come for an event, they just stroll through here, get ideas, and
Stroll through.
lots of photos.
Lots of
people,
photos.
Yeah, people
Lots
take
of
photos
photos.
under the pergola and
Yeah.
Wow.
in between the arches.
I'm so interested in your emphasis on daylilies. They're just so beautiful, but people don't really use them as cut flowers, do they?
Right.
Because
Some people were today. They were cut.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, but if you cut with the buds will open in the vase.
Just like a
Yeah,
Asiatic lily.
yeah.
Or,
So there's a little
but these are a
enjoy
one-day
it,
bloom.
enjoy
Yeah.
it today, and then wait for your bud to
And
open.
of course, I
Yeah.
didn't deadhead today, so
All right. Well, we'll let you do that while we're walking through. I love it. And just the selection is so beautiful because they're all pollinator plants
we
too.
do intentionally plant a lot of things that the pollinators, the hummingbirds, butterflies.
lots of hummingbirds,
We
dragonflies.
have some honeybees. They're not our hives, but we partner with a honey sommelier.
Oh, how
Iowa's
fun.
only honey sommelier has some hives here.
Is this
so-
an evergreen honeysuckle or?
This is a honeysuckle,
Okay.
which I made a mistake planting it in a pot, so I don't know that it'll survive winter, which is probably fine since they're so aggressive. But it's going to be fun this year watching to see
Yeah.
what it
We're
does.
trying to train it. Yeah.
I guess you'd have to maybe pull the gravel back and
Right.
plant them right,
Yes.
right in the ground.
Which I don't know if I want to do that.
But I love the
so.
pots. I
But
love
yeah,
it.
the pots are pretty. So I
she
may
changes the
I may
vines every
just
year.
let it die and plant. If I like the honeysuckle flowers, I may plant them because these arbors I could plant directly, or I guess obelisks. I could plant it there. Or
'Cause
we
it-
have arbors. all
'cause
over.
it's
Can't really
in-
see 'em. I built those for her also.
Those are right in the raised beds, though, right?
Mhm.
So really, this is your labor of love and also your teaching garden. Like your customers learn about, and you sell plants to grow cottage gardens, right?
We do. We sell, I wouldn't say it's a full cottage garden kit. We sell a cut flower garden kit with
Okay.
plant starts. And then we sell a few of our favorites that we have
Oh,
in
wow.
the cottage garden. And then I do have a PDF download on our website that shows how we planned it, the list of flowers.
For this
everything
garden.
For this garden.
Okay, and that's free, or
That is not free.
okay, good. You
That is
monetized
not
it.
free. Yes.
A
yes.
lot of our information is free.
But yes, a lot of our.
That's smart. That's really smart. Okay, I'll follow you out of here.
We kind of call this the thin place because this is where we talk to our granddaughter and and people. So
You call it the what place?
thin place.
Oh.
Like it's close to heaven, I guess you could say.
Oh, that's
So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
I
so
love
a lot
that.
of people have found peace in this garden with us.
Right. I mean, it's meant to be just kind of a contemplative place.
Yep.
But and you have some lilies as well.
Stargazers, yeah.
The stargazers. They're starting to fade a little bit in the sun, but
Those are Oriental lilies.
we have them scattered throughout the garden. They were especially beautiful this year, and the fragrance is just.
Oh my gosh.
Oriental, Asiatic, daylilies. We don't have tiger lilies, which are American natives, but we don't have them.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
You've got room to grow, but not in here.
We'll get more.
But half of this is perennial, so every year you don't have to start from scratch.
Right.
You're adding
Yeah.
in pockets.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Plant in an explosion of color.
Oh my gosh, everything is stunning. And the fact that it's not like there's a specific color scheme, to my eye, it's just vibrant.
Right.
Yeah. She kind of starts with a plan and then she just starts filling in.
I'm not very good at a particular color scheme. I don't know. Every garden I plant, you'll notice throughout the farm, every show garden that's not our production field is just a riot of color.
Like a rainbow.
I love that.
The only thing I know how to do.
Oh no, the first thing we noticed when my friends and I drove in were these front beautiful planters too.
Yes. Jim built the planters,
Oh,
and then our local garden center helped us pick out. I wanted something that will spill over and look hefty enough for the big planters.
it's amazing how these hydrangeas are
yeah.
doing.
So we'll have to take the hydrangeas out in the fall and plant them in the landscape. But
They probably
otherwise,
don't live in a standing planter.
and I'll probably give the Supertunias their haircut here.
Fun.
But
Very
yeah,
fun. So the fence is important.
The fence is very important.
What is the height? Is it 8 feet or?
It's 6 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So deer technically could jump it,
Mhm.
but so far they have not. I think because we have so many things around, they don't quite know exactly where to jump. And we're out here quite often. We let our dogs run out here. So I don't think they're very comfortable so far, knock on wood.
Right.
They have
I mean, it
not.
looks daunting to me, but I'm not a
Yeah.
tall deer. So,
Yeah.
so, I noticed that you have a very specific area here on the right. Is this your daylily showcase
That's
or?
the start of it.
It's one of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've got about 525 varieties right now, but we're transferring from the back to the front because the back kind of got a low way from us. So what do we have, like 350 different variety up front now? So, but this was just transferred this year from the back.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a work in progress.
Okay.
We have a few more varieties we'll plant in here. Once we feel like this is all full, which is kind of I like to look at the garden as rooms.
Yep.
So like the cottage garden is one room, the pavilion and the lawn is one, the cutting garden is one, the daylilies is one. So once this is full, then I think we are going to kind of head over to the lawn and probably cut a
We
swath.
call it South Lawn.
Because we want every variety we own to be up here on display.
So you'll do it like the annex, the daylily annex, or
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
the cutting garden is massive. This
Yeah.
is what you were saying, Jim, when you saw the aerial view. You realized how nice and straight your lines were.
Yeah. So this actually wasn't planted probably till 2021.
Okay. Wow.
Because we used to grow our cut flowers in the back for the first couple of years, but then we just started, because this was all just lawn originally, and not even lawn, it was weeds.
Right. It was.
But then we started to build it up, and so now all cut flowers are here. The dahlias are behind the cottage over there.
We add or do something different every single year.
Yeah, we try to add
Yeah.
something every year.
A building or a new garden, like these were new over the last year.
Well, you're trying to make, it seems, the customer-facing experience quite beautiful.
Yes.
People come here for
Absolutely.
the displays.
Yes.
It doesn't look like a production farm.
Correct. Yes. We are very small footprint in terms of
production,
production
yeah.
farm.
Footprint
We
is
do
actually
bouquet
fairly small.
subscriptions. We do sell to florists. But other than that, everything is all just about the experience of coming out here and visiting. So we take a lot of time to make sure everything looks beautiful.
Tell me about this charming cottage. What is this zone called?
This is called the Willow Cottage.
Okay.
Garden, even though the willow's way down there. But you know, when you own the place, you get to take liberties.
Yes.
So I'm calling this the Willow.
It's
So
charming.
We'll
next
talk about
to.
another willow
We did
back
talk
there,
about
so.
putting another willow back there, but it loves the wet area down there.
The lower
so much.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just to have the cottage there for contrast when you're
Yeah.
seeing the plantings,
Yeah.
it's charming. What do you use it for?
So it's kind of a she shed.
Uh-huh.
I use it probably more in the colder months of the year than I do, because now there's so many patios and beautiful places to sit outside. But it is air conditioned, it's heated, and we can go in there, but
Yeah,
it's
let's
all
go in.
decorated inside, and
Lots of
just a
people get
cozy place to read a
pictures
book,
taken
hang
in front
out.
of it,
Lots
or-
of people take photos.
Sure. So it's just a focal point of this
Yeah.
Very much so.
area. A lot of the daylilies are in here too.
Yeah.
When you said you wanted to showcase up front here every type of daylily, how many do you actually have in your collection?
Somewhere in the low 500s.
520,
So
530.
somewhere in there, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
The color palette's so amazing.
There's probably close to 100,000 different registered daylilies now. So a
Yeah.
lot of people never get a chance to see more than maybe like 15, or
Right.
depending on how good their
Right.
nurseries
I
are.
don't think a lot of cut flower farmers are growing
No.
daylilies.
No.
It's
No,
more of a landscaping
Yeah,
plant.
we're probably one of the few that grows that many in Central Iowa.
Okay.
And so our goal is to get everything up here, get the back a little more under control, so that we can have people look at the daylilies in their natural habitat, pick what they like, and then we will give them plants to take home.
Okay.
So we're just still building. It's probably another year or two away.
We used to do Lily Fest, and we would do it in the back, and we'd have people come out so many per hour, and I would be a sweaty mess trying to dig them all and split them. And
On demand.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yes.
Oh, Jim.
We had our 2 sons with us.
You're like,
Yeah.
we're going to change our policy on that.
Yeah. So it was Jim, our 2 sons, his girlfriend, and there was a lot of digging.
but
And
the
it was
first
a
2
lot of
years,
work.
they didn't know how to split them, and so it was mostly me doing most of the splitting.
Well, I love the Willow Cottage.
So we'll go in over here.
Okay.
Let's take a peek inside. Watch your step over the pavers.
So when did this get built?
So this got built in 23?
Everything
22 or 23?
everything is so thoughtful, like these boxes that are
Yes.
creating sort of a vertical garden
Yes.
here.
Yes.
And then more of our favorite hyacinth bean.
Yeah, I
We
know.
kind of went crazy with that this year.
I had
So-
extra. Come on in.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys, people are going to have shed envy after seeing this.
Yeah.
So sweet. So guests will come in here too and just kind of,
Yeah, they can certainly come in here, especially usually when we have our dinners, give time for people to roam around, get a glass of wine, hang out.
Kind of a
So
happy
lot
hour.
times We'll find folks in here visiting.
Yeah, they're welcome to sit in here, or they just come in to check it out and see what we did and get inspired for their own she sheds. Or
Our friend, the same friend who built the chicken coop, also built this for us.
love it.
And so, yeah, did a great job. And then I have a friend who happens to be a designer. And so since Joanna Gaines and I aren't friends, I asked TJ if she would help me. And so she helped me pick out stuff.
TJ did a good
So
job.
TJ did a fantastic job. TJ said I kind of gave her the mood board of what I wanted, and then she found a lot of
It's
it.
charming.
then
What
we
is
added some furniture from my grandparents.
Yeah, a lot of these are antique.
That's so sweet. What is the dimension? Is it 10 by 20 or?
12 by 16.
Oh, 12, okay.
12 by 16.
Yeah.
Great.
And we had that stained glass and this.
Yeah, I ordered the
and-
stained glass custom.
Oh,
And I
that's
wanted
so,
hummingbirds.
yes, so
so-
beautiful.
We'll get about 10 to 20 hummingbirds out here every season that just hang around with us. Yeah, exactly.
Completely. Oh my gosh. And talk about the sky. It's amazing today.
Beautiful. But I would say this garden also is it's probably 65% perennial, 35 annual. I don't have quite as many annuals in here as I do in the cottage garden.
It's fabulous.
But as per typical, it's just a riot of color, no real color pattern.
You know what? I think it's actually more interesting that way because you're showing just that these flowers design themselves.
Yeah.
They just look
Yeah.
beautiful together. And there's
Yeah.
no clash in nature.
Right. I try to repeat patterns occasionally, try to make sure I'm mixing up textures, pay attention to the height. But other than that, I kind of just free for all.
Well, I noticed a couple things. One are obviously the hydrangeas create a border.
Yes.
And then you have a lot of the self-sowers like the Verbena bonariensis that are kind of knitting things together,
Yes,
right?
The cosmos kind
absolutely.
of self-seeded along the driveway.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
like self-seeding cosmos.
Charming. Love it.
It's supposed to be a vegetable garden, but I'm terrible at vegetables, so I just keep planting flowers. So it's easier just to go to the farmer's market and get that. I pay attention to the flowers, so
Love it.
just
Yeah.
do what you're good at.
Oh, I love it. Okay. And then
All
you
right,
have,
let's head in the barn real quick. It's under construction.
okay.
So we
Is
are
this one of the
quite-
newest
Yes.
structures?
Yes.
This is our current
Well, it
project.
was my barn until she stole it from me.
Sorry, Jim. It happens, right?
It did. So all my stuff ended on the lawn. So
But we needed.
Oh my God, you
we needed a
guys.
space that could be our farm to table spot or other private event spot in case of inclement weather, because it was just too stressful here in Iowa. So, and then also we can extend our season and do something earlier in the spring and later into the fall. These are our farm tables that we use for our dinner. I have plans for this space. So right now we've got our mobile bar prep station that is built, but this has been wired, so we're going to have a mini kitchen here. So there'll be a sink and a stove and a refrigerator, which will be great for the chefs when they come to cook. And then we're going to do wall and hanging installations just for decor. We are going to be cutting a hole in the wall and doing a lean-to restroom. So there'll be indoor plumbing for the restrooms there. There'll be a door from the inside as well as the outside. We're gonna build a deck off of the slider. The sun sets over there, so it is like chef's kiss beautiful. And then we're gonna rework these doors to have more of a proper entrance.
So
the greenery, I think they're going to be hanging, but we're going
Yeah, those we made. We made all those.
But I do like them on the wall, so I'm going to do more around the wall.
it softens the space.
We have a bunch of these hanging from the ceiling, and then also installations throughout the walls, just to make it feel like you're inside a little.
This sort of reads ceremony.
I know. We found that it was actually the old Indianola library's antique, podium, I guess. And so podium lectern.
Right.
So we couldn't resist buying it. So even though
Turn
we
your
don't-
hymnal to page 375.
I know.
Okay.
She did get me ordained.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know if I'll ever marry
if
anybody.
somebody's going to have a wedding here, it should be
You never
you,
know.
Pastor Bochner. I mean, goodness.
Geranium.
So when customers come for the U-pick, what do you give them? Do you give them a bucket of water and clippers, or?
So they can do a bucket that they can purchase, or they can purchase a pint jar,
Okay.
whichever they want. And then we usually have people bring their own clippers, but we do have clippers available if they want.
Do you demonstrate like how? Don't just cut it.
Yep.
Like 6
Right,
inches
yeah.
because you won't
Right,
be happy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do like the wiggle test with the zinnias? Because if
Yeah.
they flop, they're not ready. If they're stout, then they're ready. How
Wow.
deep to cut them? Because
We
we're
tell
always
them how deep
trained
to cut
for
them. Of
long
course, then they
straight
cut
stems.
my netting, so I have to replace the
Yeah.
netting over here because it's like it's a double-edged sword. They're following instructions, so they're cutting deep, but they
I get it
oftentimes
occasionally too. So
hit the netting. So I was like, well,
Do you have these hoops for early in the season when you want to cover them in case there's frost, or?
we have them because I'm using the fiberglass posts to hold up the netting, and I
Ah.
don't want someone bending
because
over
they're
and
about
poking
here.
their
So
eye
if
out.
you bend
So
over,
having that is safer.
and I think it looks prettier. But we did at one point use small hoop houses,
Low tunnels.
Yeah.
tunnels. Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Very
which,
cool.
Now I don't try to extend the U-cut season, so we don't plant these out until May.
You don't do a lot
So
of spring.
so what is the start and end of your U-pick
So
season?
the U-picks usually start at end of June
Okay.
and then run until frost.
And how frequently are you offering them? Once a week?
Well, since we do so many different types of events, U-picks don't happen every week. So like this morning was our Bubbles and Blooms, which included a U-pick, but it was also a different type of experience. Next weekend, we do have what we call our garden walk, which basically we open up the farm for a couple hours. People come and cut and come and go.
And
So-
that's that. The benefit of that is there's not a cap on the number of people
There's
who
not a
come.
cap on the number of people, and
Yeah.
it's a lower price point because
Mhm.
they're just coming in and cutting flowers.
like the sunset, you pick tours.
But we do
and-
tours. If a tour is included,
Yeah.
there's a higher price point. And then, like I said, we have date night, we have yoga. So we can't do a U-cut each weekend because we have something going on. But
You have to let the flowers recover.
it's not always. You know what? We don't even have to let the flowers recover.
No.
We have people cutting here all weekend, and then we cut off of it hard for florists and subscriptions during the week. And they just keep on going.
Monday, I'll cut these really
And I
hard.
think they're happier
Yeah.
because we keep cutting them hard, so they're not getting too
Right.
spent with their.
So Jim, you were saying you'll cut hard on Monday, and then would you have florists that you deliver them to,
Yeah, we're
or?
gonna cut Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, right?
Well, we have a special event on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Normally we
yeah,
cut on Tuesday for florist delivers
and
Wednesday, and then we do 2 separate florist runs. So then we'll cut on Wednesday for the Thursday
Well,
florist
we've
run.
got a big order on Monday.
But we have a private party.
Mhm.
at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. It's a bunch of meeting planners from all over the country getting together. And so it was one of the activities is going to be a bouquet bar for flower arranging. And so we're going to take a whole bunch of flowers. So we'll be cutting a bunch to take for that event.
Will you run that event?
Yes.
Oh, how
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. So
That's a
that'll be
wonderful
fun.
gig.
So
Mostly
Jim will
me.
get to smell the steak at Ruth's Chris, but you don't think
She
he'll
goes
get
to eat there, and I get to smell it. So
No. Maybe they'll give you a certificate.
Yeah, or maybe we'll get a doggy bag. Maybe they'll have a buffet and we can like get a little doggy bag.
How much land you've devoted to doing all these events, and your agritourism it sounds like it's more than half of your business.
Yeah, I would say it's grown to more than half. We started it just because folks requested to come out. And then now I think, if you look at how many people buy a bouquet and take it home versus come here and cut their own, people just want to come and see the
they want
farm.
the experience of cutting their own.
And I think since we have so many show gardens around too, it's just a beautiful place to just walk around. So I think that given the choice, folks would rather cut their own.
They want the experience.
They want the experience.
The flowers are the take-home, I guess, party favor.
Yep.
I think the experience kind of started mainly after COVID. I think people were so tired of being cooped up that now they want to go places. So
That's a really good point.
we have people travel from, all over the country. We had somebody come from Sioux City today, which is like a 4-hour trip just for the U-Cut. So
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
It is warm. It feels nice in here.
Thank you, Lori and Jim Bochner, for showing us the outside of Bochner Farms, and now we're in the studio. And I just want to talk a little bit about the farm and all the attributes of it. We've talked about some of your events, some of your distribution, but maybe you could just give me a snapshot of how you sell and what are your major categories of channels of business.
So that has changed quite a bit over the years as we have grown, but currently I would say 2/3 of our business is agritourism at this time. So we have a wide variety of events that we host on the farm, many different garden areas for people to tour. And so I think that's the big attraction right now is folks just want to come visit us.
Yeah.
So that's probably most of our business. And then we're very busy with that. So we don't have a lot of time for other things, but we do grow enough flowers to supply florists. So we do a florist run in Des Moines on Wednesdays, and then Indianola, and then some of the Knoxville, Pella area. So we kind of go two directions.
freestanding and event florists. And,
Yep. So we do those, and then we sell bouquet subscriptions, so people can buy in advance 4 weeks worth of flowers in the summer and autumn, and then we do a dahlia subscription as well.
We've got pickup spots
with
in
pickup
Indianola and Des Moines.
locations.
Oh, that was what I was going to ask you. So
Yep.
they don't come to you necessarily.
We've done it that way before, but we kind of like the drop-off spots where I can drop them off. And we've got several partner businesses that just love to have our flowers in there because they start conversation and bring customers in. Maybe they'll buy something from them too. So
Yeah, if you're a bakery or a coffee shop and someone's coming in for flowers on a regular basis, that's a good thing.
exactly.
It is nice. And our farm is gated, so it's shut. We don't have staff to really catch folks when they come in, so it just makes it a lot easier for us to be able to drop
We are
it
a
off.
working farm, so
And then folks can come and get them from a place of business that is open with regular hours.
I'm so curious about your path to flowers. Did you at one point start out doing farmers markets? Because I know that's how so many people get started.
Yeah, we actually we built a bloom bar. So we took a 10 by 12 trailer, had it customized, wrapped. It's down the hill. We can show it to you later, but it's wrapped with what's the color? Like mint green, and it's got flowers in it, and so we've got slogans all over it. Like on the back, it says, "We like big blooms, but we cannot lie."
Was that Jim?
Yeah, and it's got a vendor window. It's air conditioned, so I can actually go out. I say that the air conditioning's for the flowers, but it's for me. So that's for both. I'm kidding.
When you started, is that what you were taking to the farm?
No, we started with a small tent and just a table and a black tablecloth, and then we built a little banner.
Well, so we started out the very first year just doing one Indianola farmers market.
Yep.
It was a very small market. We weren't growing a lot of
which
flowers.
we do love the Indianola farmers.
We do love the
market.
Indianola market, but I am an introvert. So honestly, I loved growing the flowers, but I hated sitting at that table and making small talk. And so, so part of it was I'm not going to sit in there and be hot and miserable, and the flowers are hot. So let's have a bloom bar. And then we do take the bloom bar out to fairs like the Vintage and Made Fair. We
Some
do it
bigger
for
ones,
private
yeah.
events. So we do use it for other purposes. We were a little too fancy probably for the Indianola Farmers Market, but it was very
You know what? I would
comfortable
go.
at the large fairs where we're there all day.
It's a 4-hour market, and I would always sell out in 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're not an introvert, Jim, are you?
I'm very gregarious. I was in sales for probably 30 years or longer. Since I was selling artwork when I was 10.
You're
so.
true complimentary.
We ended up making a deal while we were still doing the farmers market. Now we're too busy with the event, so we don't have time to go. But I would make the bouquets, and then he would go to the farmers market. So that was our
I'm very
deal.
chatty.
Like, I won't go. I'll stay back because I need to water the flowers or do something really important at home.
Feed the dog.
And so I said, I'll make up all the bouquets and get them all ready for you, and then you can go to the market. So that was our deal.
Yeah.
we did that for a year.
I got a lot of grief from my father because I worked for my father in the art business for like 27 years, and I'm good at sales, but I connect with the customers maybe more than he wanted me to because I like to talk. So yeah, I
So
don't
in other words, the friendship became more important than just making that closing the deal.
Close the
Yeah.
deal, move on.
He never quite understood why customers would come back. They wouldn't deal with anybody but me
Yeah.
because they wanted to see me. So
It sounds like that
Yeah.
trait followed you into the flower industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you
Yeah.
deliver to florists, they
Oh
all
yes,
know you.
he's making the relationship with the
yeah,
florist,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. We get along really well. So
That's wonderful in that you know your strengths
Yeah.
and they're complementary.
mm,
How did this all get started though? You told me a little bit on the tour that this was like your camping and getaway to nature land for
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah.
so we've been big gardeners probably our whole relationship. My dad was a big gardener, and he was a daylily enthusiast. So that's kind of how we got our
Yeah.
daylily start. But then we had huge gardens in Urbandale around our house.
Yeah. We always had the prettiest yard on the block,
Yeah.
but we never thought it would be a business.
Hmm.
And then when we came out here and we were growing enough flowers to sell at the market, it was kind of fun. So
Yeah.
we were doing that, and never did it ever occur to us that we would be in agritourism, like people would do tours or farm to table dinners with a chef. Never.
Mm-mm.
But I think, little micro decisions like life, micro decisions you make
Yeah.
end up, something else happens, an opportunity happens, and then all of a sudden you're sitting here in 2025, hosting events every weekend. And it just happened all by
I
itself.
love it.
And so I think it's like you kind of know you're on the path you're supposed to be on when,
It's very hard
It
work,
just
but
opens
you
up.
got to love it. You have
Yeah.
to love this business to be in it.
yeah.
I
So
agree.
we
That's
love-
what they
yeah.
call it a lifestyle business, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we're growing our own little slice of heaven, and we just like to share it and, sell little flowers, a few flowers along the way. So
Do you have employees or is it really a two-person operation right now?
we do-
Mostly a 2-person. We do have a seasonal employee that works almost full time. So she's, helping a lot with the weeding and the planting.
Pieces and stuff.
Mostly it's the two of us, and has
Yeah.
been for the whole until
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
It was just the two.
We've had a
of us.
little help from our kids.
Our adult
yeah.
kids help when we beg.
And we have to beg.
And our
Yeah.
son and his girlfriend do help us plant the dahlia field, because we try to get that done in like a couple hours with a massive effort.
Just bang it out.
Just
Yeah.
bang it out. So
Get a couple
they
of tractor
help
months
us
and-
every year with that. But otherwise,
Because they're full-time landscapers now, and
Yeah.
I mean, they're
really
both
hard
they're
workers.
both crew leaders now for their landscape, the company they work for, and they are really hard workers.
So your family has a thread of avid gardeners
Mhm.
and artists.
Yes, big
What
time
were-
artists.
Jim, you said you worked for your dad, so you were in a family art
Yeah,
business.
we owned Bochner Gallery for 30 years in Des Moines, and we actually were in Des Moines, we were in Florida. We were probably the largest freestanding art gallery in the United States
Oh my goodness.
for years. I mean, people would come across from all over the world to buy from us. My dad was an artist also.
Lori, do you have an art background too? Gardening is art, and flower farming, in my opinion, is art.
I have a marketing background, so my creativity
Good compliment.
comes in with the marketing,
Oh.
and so I wouldn't say I have an art background. I enjoy
Yeah.
art,
Yeah.
Both of our mothers worked for
but
florists
I
when we were
enjoy
little
creating
kids.
beautiful things
Yeah.
and beautiful gardens.
Yeah.
Wait, Jim, you said both of your mothers worked for florists?
Yeah, they both
Yeah.
did arrangements for
Yeah.
florists. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to walk across the street from elementary school into the florist, see my mom before my way home. So
This was a destiny. This was
Yeah.
totally foreordained.
Yeah.
What a beautiful business. I'm sure you get contacted by people who want to know how did you do it because they admire. I mean, it's kind of like one of those businesses that you don't ever retire from. You
No.
just can
She spends a lot of time answering that question online.
Yeah. We try to help as much as we can.
Yeah.
You know, I think for everyone who wants to grow a garden, the best advice I can say is just get in there and get your hands dirty and just try things. Ultimately, every garden is going to be just a little bit different. You aren't going to be able to create exactly, you know, people say, I want to create your exact cottage garden. I want to know exactly which plant, you know, and I can give them the list, but I can't even tell you because I just follow my heart and just, you know, and so I encourage people to do the same. Just, you know, follow
But
some
she's done
basic rules
tutorials,
about don't plant the highest things, the tallest things on the outside and the little short stuff in the middle. You know, so there's some rules of thumb, but really it's whatever brings you joy and just try things.
When you talked about doing fish fertilizer in the cottage garden, it made when we were driving here, we were noticing how much agriculture is here. Cornfields, fields. Are you dealing with like overspray or drift from neighboring farms, and is that a problem? Or
You know, not that we could prove.
Okay.
I mean, we have theory because they do the aerial flying. I mean, they fly right over the top. For the last week, they've been flying over the top of our house, 20 foot over the top of our house.
Fungicide.
Buzzes. Yeah.
Dropping
And I got sprayed right in the
fungicide.
face one year, right in my front yard.
But that was fungicide.
It
so
was,
the farmers that own the land near us do know of us.
Yeah.
And we've been in close contact with the folks at the airport too, so they know us. So I think for the most part, people try to be very respectful, especially if they're spraying anything harmful.
Accidents happen.
I think the fungicide, they're probably a little more loosey-goosey because they're like, hey, you're welcome. We help fungicide your garden. It's like, thanks.
We didn't ask.
But I really didn't need that.
That's how you get a face full. Yeah.
But so for the most part, like this year, I didn't notice any overspray. I mean, I think
No,
they tried.
they did a good job this year.
They really do try,
That's
and
good.
so we
Yeah.
respect the fact that
Because we
they
watch
have their
them.
business, we have ours. We stay out of their way.
Sounds like you're
and-
trying to be more sustainable in your growing.
Absolutely,
practices.
yes.
Yeah, we try to stay as organic as possible. So
Yeah.
you know, so when you see stuff like that, you get a little worried. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
We do
now we
worry-
got beehives too. So
Yeah, with the bees.
You mentioned that you
Yeah.
have the bees with a program of a bee concierge.
Sommelier.
Oh, sommelier. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They've got to be similar.
Yeah.
didn't even know there was such a thing as a bee
I
sommelier. I
bee
knew wine sommelier,
or
but
a
yeah.
honey. She's a honey sommelier.
Honey sommelier, yes,
she's
yeah.
a honey
Is there
sommelier.
Bochner Farms honey?
Not
not
yet,
yet, yeah.
but she is going to sell honey. We together will partner and sell honey. I don't
We'll
know if
label
we'll
it
brand it
ourselves,
under our own brand or hers. We haven't gotten that far in conversations, but we are really excited to host honey tasting classes and educational classes with her, as well as
or even how much honey
sell
we'll have. Yeah,
yeah.
because
So maybe starting next season? Or?
Probably next season. Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, I want to talk about your other specialty niche, which I'm so impressed by, is the daylilies.
Yep.
You know, for people who don't go deep like you, they think of Stella Doro as
I know
all
the
that there
parking
is.
lot daily.
Right. So,
which is a continuous bloomer too, so it blooms all the time.
all right. So you can't
Yeah,
bash it.
no,
But for a flower farm, a cutting garden
Mm-hmm.
environment, where did that all happen? You said your dad was a grower, Jim.
yeah. Gosh, since I was a little kid, my dad has always had huge gardens. And then he sometime he got into daylilies. I can't remember what year he got into daylilies, but there was a small grower in West Des Moines that grew right in the center of Des Moines. Had like an acre lot behind their houses that they grew daylilies in, and gosh, it was like you could buy anything in a little paper bag for like $3. So we would go there and just buy daylilies. And they
Just
eventually
like
had some
clumps,
stones.
or-
Yeah, just like a little single clump with like double fan, and so he kind of got to start there. And when we owned our art gallery in West Des Moines, we had a freestanding building, so we had huge daylily gardens. He probably had 150 to 200 variety just in his personal collection.
Wow.
So when they decided to move to Florida, they would been in a smaller house and had him everything in big pots. So I went over with the trailer and grabbed all those pots, loaded them up just full of daylilies, and that was kind of how we got our start for the back daylily field. So, but
Overflow.
I've kind of gone further than he did though, because then I kind of got into online, fancier daylilies, more southern daylilies, which don't always do the best in Iowa. But I'm growing for northern hardy, so if it doesn't live here, I don't want it. Even though I want it because they're gorgeous. If they can't survive here, I'm not going to grow it.
So you're almost like a nursery business in
A little bit.
specializing in daylilies.
We kind of have both. So, and we do online sales, and then we have like Lily Fest each year, which was real small this year because we're retooling.
We're rebuilding.
But eventually we want to have like music out here with it. And
But the goal is to have a big party, which is weird because it's not a cut flower, but it's a beautiful flower and it's so easy to take care of. It's one of my favorite perennial landscape
doesn't need water, but
flowers
likes it.
because it's
Any
so low
fertilizer.
maintenance and they're so beautiful for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about pests. I mean, they're just they're beautiful, and the color palette is
unreal.
Yeah, beautiful.
Because I have 525-ish different varieties. And like I said, there's close to 85 to 100,000 different registered daylilies now, which most people, when you go to a nursery, if you see more than 5 at a nursery, you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
The local nursery that we go to, that we really love the most, they've got as many as 30, which is unreal.
And you're like, but I have
530.
So in central Iowa, I mean, there are some big personal people who have huge collections, but as a grower, we're like the only one probably within maybe 150 miles.
And I would say there's a daylily community similar to there's a dahlia community.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of parallels between daylilies and dahlias because, to propagate a daylily, you have to split it, just like a dahlia tuber.
Which I do hybridize my own daylilies.
If you try to collect seed from a daylily, you're going to get a brand new, unique
Just
to
like
this
children.
planet, just like children, just like dahlias. So we do have a little bit of a hybridizing operation,
Pay attention
but
to
we're
genetics
not
and
paying
the
too much
Pilates
attention to
and-
that portion of it right now because we just need to get the existing daylilies under control.
It
But
seems like you're going in that direction.
the goal is definitely to hybridize, create, and introduce our own. And frankly, I don't know. To me, it's a little bit easier than dahlias because taking care of a daylily over the winter is a lot easier in Iowa than taking care of a tuber over the winter.
You don't have to do anything.
So if I'm going to hybridize something, I can just keep in the ground all
You're
winter
not
long.
digging up your daylilies.
Exactly. So once we get that under control, then I think we can go heavy on, okay, let's start marketing, let's start selling. We can buy some new varieties, we can
Do more online
hybridize.
sales.
But
I'm so
that's,
excited to watch this business take off.
But yeah, it's fun.
I know of no one else in the cut flower industry who's doing this.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a little counter-cyclical too, right?
Yeah.
Because you can work on it in the winter.
Yes.
Like taking orders.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the daylily community has auctions throughout the winter where you're selling throughout
Sell in
the
the fall and
winter.
they deliver in the spring.
So,
sell in the spring and deliver in
you
the
can
fall.
plant them in the fall. So it's a different community, which is kind of weird from a business perspective because you're right. A lot of the cut flower people are not also daylily people.
No,
So we're kind of the unicorns that actually are both.
Which we ship dahlia tubers.
But
out
so
to
we
the
do
United
have a
States
separate following of daylily folks versus the cut flower
Yeah.
folks.
There's not a Bochner Farms daylily Instagram accult yet, though.
No, and I
No.
have thought
There
about
should
creating
be,
a separate
'cause we
one,
need an
and
auction
especially
site.
for the auctions, we need an auction site. But again, I want to get what we have under control first.
We support it. We do not want to be in
One step at a time.
Oh,
We do have
yes.
an initiative on our farm that is near and dear to our heart called Giving Color. So for every purchase from our farm, we donate a meal through Meals from the Heartland, which is a local
meal packaging.
meal
with-
packaging charitable organization here in Des Moines. And so we make a donation a few times a year, and it's always really cool when I drop off that donation to ask how many people did we feed, and it's thousands every
Wow.
'Cause
time.
each meal feeds 6 people.
Yeah.
And so for every ticket we sell, every bouquet, every farm to table dinner,
It's
we-
really fun at the farm
Yeah.
to table dinners because if we have 50 people at the dinner, I'll say, okay, we donated 50 meals, and each
Is that
meal
300?
feeds 6 people. That means because you guys are all getting. My dream is once the barn gets finished, we'll have Meals from the Heartland come out and we'll do a community packaging event just
Sounds
for
wonderful.
fun.
it's a
So
lot of fun.
that'll be fun.
And to have that as your stated charitable outreach, then anyone who wants a gift certificate or a donation of a bouquet, you
Yep.
can just say, no, this is our
Yeah.
heart. Our heart is here.
Yeah.
Because we think that flowers,
Flowers feed the soul, which is scientifically proven. And now we think because of Giving Color, they can feed the world too.
Beautiful. What a nice way to end on that little benediction. The pastor will say a prayer now.
Yes, and now we are complete.
Thank you both so much. This has been so
Thank
delightful.
you.
I'm
Thank you.
delighted
You're
to
welcome.
share your
Thank
story
you.
with the larger slow flowers community. You're such role
you.
models, and I know people will take inspiration. Even if they take one thing that you do for their farm, this has been worth the listening and viewing time.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.